Are we live, guys? Is anybody there? Oh, someone's here. I just saw a check mark. I can't see anything. I don't know. We're trying to do this. This is my first time, if you can't tell. All right, I see Josie. I see his comment. I don't see my video, though. Let's see what we got here. Thank you so much, Joe, for responding because I don't know what I'm doing. I've got a whole mission control here. And Spicy Red Diva. Okay, thank you for Spicy Red. That is red, right? Thank you for showing up. I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first time here. I am I'm new to the YouTube sphere here, so I'm trying to figure out how all of this works. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about two things if this goes well. We're gonna talk about your stimulus checks and how they're being taken, because word on the street is that they're not supposed to be taken, and they're not, but there are a lot of loopholes. So we're going to review that. And we are going to talk about, I'm going to answer some questions about family law. If you guys have questions about marriage, divorce, child custody, child support, alimony, property division, all that, we're going to talk about that. I did a live stream yesterday with Jennifer Molesky. Shout out to Jennifer. She was one of the inspirations for me starting a channel. If you guys don't know who she is, check her out. If I figure out how this works, I'll put a little link down in the description box. I did what do you want to call it? A collaboration with her yesterday. And we talked about prenuptial agreements. We talked about whether they were good or bad, whether they were necessary or not, how much they cost, what goes in them, what doesn't go in them. And we talked a little bit about marriage in general. So I think we talked for about an hour. So if you want to see that, you can check that out. It's not on my channel, but it's on her channel, Jennifer Molesky. So she's awesome. She does really great content. She's one of the very few people on YouTube that are even-handed and nuanced when it comes to talking about things like relationships, divorce, marriage. A lot of times you see people on one side or the other. And just because they're on one side or the other doesn't mean they're not telling the truth, right? For example, you have Kevin Samuels, and he kind of speaks just to the majority of times. I think I've seen him speak much more to the women. And he kind of comes from one angle, but you can argue that it's a truthful angle, right? But the good thing about Jennifer, though, is that she talks about both sides, and she gives the truth about both sides. So it's interesting as well, and that's kind of what I hope to do on this channel too. Yes, ladies, this channel is kind of geared towards the men, because honestly, the men are the ones that need help. This system is rough. But if you look at the comments in my videos, you'll notice that I respond to both men and women. Now, I've kind of been backed up on these comments, so don't hold me to that too much. But I certainly did try until maybe about a week or two ago when I kind of got slammed. So let's start off talking about the stimulus. I'm looking at Jose Bula. Is the stimulus check taken by child support? Jose, that is the question. That's what we're going to answer today. Let me give some quick shout outs. Joe C., thank you again for showing up, Joe #1. I really appreciate that. Red Spicy Diva, thank you. Markel, Markel, I'm hoping I say that right. Williams, Shane Hudson, Houston, Texas. I remember you, Houston. That's a cool name for a YouTube handle. I don't know how you got that. You must have had that. You must have had your channel for a while. Caviar Black. Okay, by way of O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to O'Shea, man. He did your boy such a solid. I promise you, it took me, guys, it took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers. It took so long. Now, that's my fault, right? Because I only put up maybe 15 videos. So if you only have 15 videos, how many subscribers do you want, right? But he had me on his channel. I don't know how I even got on his radar because, you know, he has 130,000 and he's been doing this for years. And he had me on his channel and we talked about, what do we talk about? I felt bad because I see some of his interviews, guys, and he's asking the people that he interviews, he asks them a bunch of questions. You know, he'll ask a question and the guy will answer, and then he'll ask another question and the guy will answer. And it's like a back and forth. And I think we talked for an hour and he only asked me 2 questions because I kept running off at the mouth. So that was more like I don't know if that was, if you'll call that an interview or not. But the point is, it took me a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. I was on his channel, and in a month, I've gotten 2,000 subscribers just on the strength of his platform alone. So really, really great brother. I know you know who he is, guys. But if you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He does a lot of great content. Yes, he does the celebrity gossip stuff because, hey, man, you got to make money, right? But he also does interviews with guys who are serious. I'm not really counting me in that, but he does a lot of interviews with entrepreneurs, with men out there who are really making real money and forging their own way. So I think that what I'm kind of learning is if you try to make all your content informational, it'll be very hard to survive. So you kind of gotta make some information with the celebrity news and all this to kind of hook the people, and then you kind of slide the good stuff in where you can. All right. So Shane, James Hatcher, no, child support cannot take your stimulus checks. James is right. James is right. Child support can't take it, but there is a huge loophole, and we're going to talk about them, because if you go to H&R Block and you fill out your taxes and you say, hey, I can't wait till I get my 3rd stimulus check, they're going to tell you that you're not going to get it. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why. All right. Be blessed. That's a great name. Be blessed. I am married to my husband that owes arrears. Lots, and all his children are grown, and we have small children. None of his grown children's mother. Okay, I can't. That's too long. I can't read that. James Hatcher, Alabama representing. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. Atlanta. Your interview with O'Shea brought me here. Crystal, thank you so much, Crystal. I really appreciate it. Have patience with me. I'm a new YouTuber, Crystal. I've only got 15, 20 videos, and this is my first live stream. I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll figure it out. A, are you saying they taking the stimulus? They say that they're not taking it, and in one way they're not taking it. So they're being truthful, but they're taking it in another way. We're going to get through all that. We're going to talk about that. It's really devastating because a lot of people need this money. All right. People are saying stimulus checks can be taken, but they have. I have not gotten $1 of, this is Joe C. I have not gotten $1 of help. I owe child support. I did 6 years, got out, and the virus was out. No job to get unemployment or any help. That's true. It was rough last year, guys, and it was rough on everybody. And the government, they certainly stepped up to help the big companies, you know, Coca-Cola and all these other companies. But for us, you know, the regular people, they didn't really do a lot. But we're going to talk about it. Let's kind of get into it right now. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. I can't see myself. That's the issue. I can't see my, thank you for the 21 likes too. What's your boy Kevin say? Get my likes up. I'm not stopping the show, of course, but if everybody can drop a like, I think that's supposed to help some way. I'm not sure. All right, stimulus checks. Where are we at? Now, this is the 3rd round, guys. So everybody's pretty hyped up about it. And here's the thing. I made a video on this. It was pretty good. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it about the problems that were had with the first round. Child support went in. Everybody said, okay, we're going to give the American people all this stimulus, but we're not going to give it to the men who owe child support. So the government implemented this system to give out the checks, but then they went and tried to intercept the checks of the men who owed child support. And there were so many problems with it. The men that owed sometimes were remarried and they were taking the wife's checks to pay his child support. Sometimes the government would take the check, the state would take the check and then send it back to the government. So they took the guy's money, but sent it right back to the government, which means the mother didn't get the check, the children didn't get the check, and the father didn't get the check. Like nobody got the check. Governments were depositing the money. The government was depositing the money in the man's bank account, and creditors were taking the checks. Banks were taking the checks. If the guy had a judgment about a car loan or something like that, the car company was taking the check. If there was any type of civil suit, any type of garnishment, they were taking the check. It was a fiasco, right? So what happened during the second round? The second round, the government said, okay, the first round was a disaster. We're not going to do this interception anymore because, we're just trying to get the help out and it's a mess. So they sent everybody the little $600 supposedly. But they didn't send everybody the money. That's the thing. They sent out a lot of checks, but some people didn't get checks. So the government said, well, hey, if you don't get your check, that's fine. What you're going to be able to do is get your stimulus when you file your tax returns for next year, which is this year, right? So supposedly you will be able to get your second stimulus by claiming that as a credit on the return that you're going to do for last year, which is you're going to do right now, right? You're going to do your 2020 returns. Well, that turned out to be a disaster because a lot of times when they went to get the credit, then child support would come in and take the money. And they're doing the same thing, even though they weren't supposed to do. They're doing the same thing, guys, with this round. This round is even worse than the second. It's better than the first, but it's worse than the second. Why? Because they're saying that they are going to issue you the stimulus check, right? Well, they're going to do it. They're going to issue the funds in a number of ways. Some people are going to get a check. Some people are going to get like an EBT card. Some people are going to get a direct deposit. What happens? Let's suppose you get your check. You get an actual physical check. Now, let's say you owe $10,000 in child support with all the interest and everything they put on you. You owe $10,000. You're going to get a $1,400 check. Will child support be able to take anything out of that $1,400 check? Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess? I will tell you the answer because I can't really read the chat and talk to you guys at the same time. No, the answer is no. Child support will not be able to do anything with that check. They're going to send you the whole check, the whole thing, right? What's the issue though? Well, when you go and deposit the check in your bank, the protections that were supposed to be there in the second round about the bank's not stealing your money, the creditors not stealing your money, those protections don't exist for this third round because the way the bill had to be passed through a reconciliation process. So those protections that were in the second phase of the bill are not present in this round. So what does that mean? It means that if you get your $1,400 check, which cannot be taken by child support, once you put it into your bank, if there are any garnishments that are attached to your account, if you owe the bank any money from overdraft fees or anything else, the bank is going to take the money. The bank is going to freeze your account to satisfy those garnishments that you might have. So if you had a civil suit, you had a car repossessed, you got sued for something, say a car accident or something like that. If you owe any money, Visa, MasterCard, they sued you in magistrate court, small claims court, and they've got a $5,000 judgment against you. Any type of garnishment that you have attached to your account, once you put that $1,400 check in there, you're not going to be able to get it out. It is going to be locked up in there. So what do? right? Maybe you can get it cashed at a cash checking place, or maybe you can sign it over to somebody and have them cash it for you if that's available in your jurisdiction. But if you put that check into your bank account and you have garnishments and orders against you, you're not going to be able to get the money out. Now you're going to say, oh, I can't get the money out, so that means that child support took my money. No, you got the whole check. Child support didn't take it, but now you can't get it out once you put it into your bank account, right? Because maybe you have garnishments. Maybe you have court orders against you. Maybe you have debts. Any type of debts, guys, that can result in a garnishment. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a court order. Here's a question that you get a lot. You say, well, okay, I don't owe tax. I don't owe child support. I owe back taxes, right? Either let's say I owe 20 grand in back taxes and I just haven't filed my taxes, or they have me on a payment plan. Can the government come in and take my stimulus money because I owe these federal taxes? The answer is no and yes, because they're going to give you the whole $1,400. They're not that, even if you owe $20,000 in taxes, they're going to give you the full check. But then if you have a garnishment based on those taxes, they're going to take it right back. They're going to lock your account up and you're not going to be able to get that money out. And for some of these garnishments, you didn't even have to go to court. So for example, a federal a tax garnishment, they can issue those sometimes with no court order. So you might not even know. So you'll put your money in, you can't get it out, and you don't know why. You'll assume maybe it was for child support, but maybe it was because you owe back taxes. Maybe you haven't filed your taxes. Maybe it's that repossessed car that you had 3 years ago. Maybe it was when Visa or MasterCard sued you because you didn't pay your balance. Who knows? All you'll know is you can't get your money out. So if you get a check, watch out. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Now, that's if you're lucky, right? That's if you're lucky, because if you're lucky, you can get a check and then maybe you can make some moves, sign it over to your mama or get it cashed at the liquor store, whatever. Some of you people are going to get direct deposits. They're going to put the $1,400 directly into your account. What's going to happen, right? It's going to be gone. And you're going to be mad. You're going to say, I heard that child support couldn't take my stimulus. That's true, but the way that they're doing it, those protections don't exist anymore to help you out to safeguard your money. So they can put your money, direct deposit from the government into your account, and right when it hits your account, it's locked up. You can't do anything about it. Maybe you can open up a new account and maybe you can give that new account information to the government. So maybe this account isn't frozen. But if they direct deposit your money into that jacked up account, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Same thing they're doing with these EBT cards. Let me look at the chat right quick. Thank you. I got 40 likes. I don't know how many people are on the stream, but I've got 40 likes. I appreciate that. Can everybody hear me okay? Is the sound okay? All right. Let's take a look who we got. Shout out Crystal. Blendedly with Lalo and K. Dot. Fantastic. They're in the house. Hope you guys are doing great. Christopher Bodegas, you're the real deal. I appreciate that, Christopher. I really do. I'm trying. I don't know. You probably figured out by now. I don't know what's going on with this YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. This is my first live stream if you're tuning in. I can't tell how many people we have. Thank you for the like, whoever did that. I appreciate that. Michael Frazier, they did it to me. They will get you. They try not to let anybody slide. People get their taxes done by these Liberty companies and these H&R Block companies, and they walk in there and they know not only are they going to get their $600 for the second one, but they know they're going to get the $1,400, and they walk out of H&R Block in tears because some people are not going to get it. King of Spades, Rochester, New York, Columbia, South Carolina. South Carolina. I don't. Y'all got Myrtle Beach. That's right up there, right? Uh, all right, what else we got? That Heine. Am I reading that right? Jesus. What if an ex claims one of the children when they are with me pretty much 97% of the time, just so they can collect the stimulus checks? Am I able to show documentation? Guys, this is what we're. Oh, a super chat $50. Oh, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank
brother.
you very much. Man, this is my first live, and so thank you for the super chat, especially because it's so big.
Thank you
I
very much,
appreciate
brother.
that, Journey. Let me get to your question right now. Only I was answering Heine's question, but I got you right now. All right, this is a good question. What if an ex claims one of the children when they're with me pretty much 97% of the time, just so that they can collect the stimulus checks? Let's talk about this a little bit. And before I say this, let me say this globally, from the beginning of the stream to the end. None of this stuff that I'm giving you guys is legal advice. I'm not your attorney. I'm the lead attorney, right? And I'm here to help you lawyer up. So this is just information. I'm just helping you out, but I'm not your attorney. All right. Here's what happens. Well, it's hard to tell from this question if it's an ex, if they were ever married, if they're still married. I don't really know what the deal is, but generally speaking, who can claim the children? Well, the person, assuming that they're not married, the person that can claim the children is the person that spends the majority of time with the children. So if you spend 51% of the time with your kids, generally you can claim them. Now, there are some exceptions. A lot of times in a divorce, the husband and wife or the mother and the father, they'll reach an agreement where, okay, mom, you get to claim little Johnny every even year, and I get to claim little Johnny every odd year, right? And so that's an agreement that we have that we both signed, and the judge signed and turned it into a court order. So then you would have to look at the court order to decide who can claim the children as a dependent on their taxes. Also, it could be some mothers are nice. I know guys don't want to hear it. Some mothers are nice and they'll say, listen, I've got physical custody of the kids, you got visitation, but that means since the kids are living with me, 51% of the time, I get to claim the kids every year. But I understand that they're your kids, so what we're going to do is we're going to take turns. Even though that's not in the court order, the mother will say we're going to take turns, and there's a special form that the mother can fill out and file with the IRS to let the IRS know that the father can claim the kids as a deduction. So it's a tough question to answer because there are more facts that I would need to know, but that's kind of the general sentiment of it. Usually, the person who has the physical custody of the kids is the one who's going to be able to claim the kids. All right. Again, Journey to Masculine Excellence. I even love the name. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. We really need this info on this side of the tube. Absolutely.
Thank you very much,
I
brother.
totally agree. You think about the manosphere and you think about the red pill, and you've got a lot of guys who are totally against marriage. You hear it all the time. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. But honestly, you got a whole nother section of guys that are kind of silent. They want to say that, women are this or women are that, or marriage is this or marriage is that. But if you really ask this guy, do you want to be in a relationship? Do you want to be in a committed relationship? The guy will say, yeah, I don't want to be spinning 5 plates and I'm going out on dates, every week. It's expensive and I got stuff to do. Like, why can't I just find one person to settle down with? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with either side. But whenever you talk about things like marriage, whenever you talk about things like divorce, like child support, custody, visitation, property division, debt division, alimony, and that those are the huge topics in this sphere, these are all legal topics. And there's really no attorney out here doing it. And I understand why. Look, I can't even get my damn live stream to work, guys. So I understand why attorneys don't want to get into this space. Also, because we have a job that's in the public, right? So, attorneys, we have hundreds of clients every year. And you don't want to be out here saying, go men, because then maybe how many women clients are you going to get, right? Or, maybe on Monday you make a video talking bad about child support, and then on Wednesday you're in front of a judge who's seen your video. Fun fact, guys, I have a personal Facebook page, and I posted the video about how child support is broken. If you watch that video, there is no way that you can say that child support is not broken. The fact that it's broken doesn't mean that it doesn't work any of the time. No, child support, the system works sometimes, but there are other times when it clearly doesn't. And I posted the video on my personal, I don't have a very small social media footprint. I only have about 200 people on my personal page. But one of them I went to school with him. I think he's a judge. And he responded back. He was like, no, child support isn't broken. And this is a judge, right? And so you never know who you're going to take heat from. So I understand why attorneys don't do this, but I've been doing this a long time, 20 years basically, and I'm sick, guys. I swear to God, I'm sick of seeing all the injustice that is out there, and I want to give you guys information. A lot of you guys can make very great decisions with very little information. The problem is it's not out there. It's just not out there. And, your uncle didn't tell you about his divorce. Your father didn't tell you about his divorce. Even your mother didn't tell you maybe about all the problems she had with child support. No one tells you anything. And then, you get engaged, you get married, 7 years down the line, you're getting divorced, and you are shook up about it because now you're learning all of these things for the first time. And you could have taken 2 or 3 steps that would have just changed the whole outlook of the whole case. But you didn't know about it. You didn't have the information. So that's what I'm trying to do here, guys. I'm just trying to give you some information that you can use. Now, for some people, it's a little late, right? Maybe you've already been divorced. Maybe the divorce machine already got into you. But there are people in the divorce process right now. There are people thinking about divorce. And, there are 18-year-olds graduating high school. There are 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds graduating college. There are young people thinking about these very important topics, and there's just no information out there. So that's kind of what I want to do, give you guys information. King of Spades.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, lead attorney. My God, absolutely. Thank you for supporting the channel too. I really appreciate it. All right, let's see. What do we got? Crystal. Thank you so much, Crystal, for the super chat. Guys, you're making me feel so good. I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't even see my damn screen, so I really appreciate it. All right. James Hatcher. I cashed mine at Walmart for a few dollars. Then you don't have to worry about anybody taking it, and I don't have a bank account, so I just keep my cash on me. Listen, James is putting you guys on game. He's telling you how to do it. If your bank account is sketchy, do not put your stimulus in it. It will not be protected. So great one, James. Thank you for letting the chat know how to do it. Christopher Vargas. So even if I filed and it was garnished, I still owe $1,000, but I did put my DD info on my taxes. So will the stem come to me since my refund was taken and not sent to my account because it was garnished? I love you, Christopher. I don't understand what the question is. I can't tell what it is. But thank you for watching though. Oh, we got O'Shea Duke in the house. Thank you
very much,
O'Shea.
brother.
I was just talking about you, man. I was thanking you for putting me on. I don't know if I told you this or not, but it took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers, and I was on your channel, and then in the next month I got 2,000. So I really appreciate it, O'Shea. Y'all go check out O'Shea's channel. He's doing it, putting out 3, 4, 5 videos a day. And he's in medical school, and he's a black man. He's killing it. He is killing it. Check it out. Please check his channel out. All right, Maurice Mayhew. I am so sick of this system. Preach. Big Will Frank. So if I did not, okay, here we go. So if I did not file yet, they use my 2019 tax return, and I have my kids on that one. My ex filed her taxes in February of 2001. Will she get the check for our kids? Honestly, the way that they are doing checks with the dependents, it's a little bit messy. It's kind of like a race. Like whoever files their taxes first and puts the kids on there on those taxes, they're probably initially going to get the stimulus. Now, if they should not have claimed those kids legally, then you can contact the IRS and they will try to straighten that out. And honestly, guys, this is a problem that happens every year, not just with the stimulus, but just with the regular refund. Let's say I'm married and I get divorced and I have a kid, and the agreement when we went to court and got the divorce, the agreement says that for this year I get to claim my kid, but then I get my refund back and it doesn't include the kid because my ex-wife claimed him when she shouldn't have. So what happens in that instance? Well, what happens is I have to contact the IRS and I have to send them some documentation, and they'll get it all worked out. It'll take some months, but they'll get it worked out. So yeah, if your ex should not have claimed the kids, just contact the IRS. All right, James Hatcher, I'm glad I don't have a bank account right now, okay? Okay, because, I mean, listen, that's a great point, because if you would have gotten your stimulus check, your $1,400, if you would have gotten that through a direct deposit, they would have put it right in that account and it's locked up immediately. So you are absolutely right, James. Ricky Parker, blank the system for us good fathers. Hey, man, good fathers do not get love in this system. He's absolutely right. You can take a mediocre mom and a mediocre dad, just a regular mom and a regular dad. And, you know, they're not excellent, but they're not trashy. They're just good, solid people. The majority of us are just good, solid people, guys. Just a regular mom and a regular dad. When they walk into court, the mom is always going to have the upper hand, even though half of the kid's DNA is from the dad. Half of the kid's chromosome is from the dad. If they were in a relationship during the marriage, the dad put at least half of the support. But when the divorce comes, somehow the mom gets a bump, and now the dad's kids are living full time with the mom. To tell a man who has raised an 8-year-old since birth that now when the divorce comes at 8, that he now has visitation with his old son. It's like, oh man, my man Ricky Parker, he's right. He's absolutely right. Okay, G-Man, O'Shea Duke Jackson coming in the building. Absolutely. Blendedly with Lalo and K-Dot. You are a YouTuber. Don't say that. If you could see all the stuff that I got over here, I don't even know how to use. Can somebody put how many people are watching this thing? Oh, the recipe read my mind. 70 people watch it. Thank you so much, recipe. All right, 70 people. I was worried it was 5 of us in here. So thank you. Joe 42, 420. Okay, Joey 420, will they even issue a check to someone without a bank account if they owe arrears with child support? Will they even issue a check? Yes. They will send you a check in the mail. It just depends on whether they want to send you a check, whether they want to do direct deposit, whether they want to do EBT. But yes, they'll send you a check. And again, guys, technically child support can't touch your stimulus money. Technically, child support can't touch this $1,400. So that is a great point, Joey 420. But yes, they will absolutely send you a check if they want to. Tompkin 82, Bahrain. I hate massacring people's names. What inspired you to go into law, and how old are you? Tompkin 82, I am 44 years old. I feel every one of those years, man. I'm getting up there. But what inspired you to go to law school? I guess that's a longer question, but I'm 44. That's how old I am, Tompkin. How old are you? The recipe got stimmy. Oh, the recipe already cooking. You guys are asking about if you're going to get your third check. He's already got it. They started issuing the checks, I believe, or the money yesterday. I think President Biden signed the bill into law on Thursday, I'm sorry. And what's today? Saturday? I think they started yesterday. So he's already hooked up. Six Melly, I checked get my payment tool, and now all of a sudden they don't have the information. Are they going to go off 2020 or the most recent? Well, they're going to go off the most recent. And this is an issue. This is a great question, Six Melly. Here's the deal, guys. To qualify for the full 1,400, you have to make $75,000 or below, right? Now, if you make $75,000 to $80,000, they're going to phase your stuff out. So they're going to knock it down. Maybe you're not going to get 1,400. Maybe you get 1,300. Maybe you get 600. Maybe you get 200. Once you hit 80 grand and above, you don't get anything, right? So you got to 75, you get it all. 75 to 80, you get some. 80 to infinity, you get nothing, right? So you kind of got to be smart with it. What if you made 30,000 in 2019, so you're below, but you made 90,000 in 2020, right? And you haven't filed either one. Well, go ahead and file your 2019 and hold off on filing your 2020, because with the 2020, you don't qualify. You phased out because you made 90,000. But if you made 30,000 in 2019, go ahead, file that, and then just sit on your 2020 and let them process that. Let them shoot you your $1,400, and then you hit them with the 2020 and you're good. And this is your opportunity to finesse. Once you put in that 2020, you don't even have to pay the money back. The government's just going to take the L, right? So you're totally good on that. So you got to figure out what really benefits you. And here's the thing: what they're saying is, even if you do not qualify for 2019, but you do qualify for 2020. You'll be able to get the 2020 tax returns, but go ahead and file the 2019 and 2020. You better file it right now. You try to get it locked in. They're saying that if you file your 2020 later, they're still going to give you the money, but it's better to file it now and already be in the process and try to file it in what is it, April? And now maybe it's a little bit more complicated. Here we go. King of Spades and Crystal Fowler right on top of each other. King of Spades, MGTOW and RP, Red Pill, right? MGTOW, Red Pill. Crystal right under. Marriage is goals. It's working for me, my husband, and our children. We are doing more together than apart. I think this is the whole world, guys. This shows you right here that King of Spades is absolutely right. MGTOW and Red Pill. And Crystal's absolutely right too. Marriage is goal. It just depends on you, guys. It just depends on you. There are a lot of people who should never be married under any circumstances because of their personality, because of their situation, because they just don't want to. There is nothing wrong with that. There is no shame in that. And there are also people who benefit from marriage tremendously. There are many reasons to get married, guys. And it's not just because you're a simp, right? There are a lot of men who've come up in a marriage, believe me. So there are a lot of reasons to get married. So I like the fact that those two comments were right next to one another, because it shows there's a lot of ways in life to be happy. There's a lot of ways. You can go live in a mountain in a cave by yourself, or you could come out here in Atlanta and be spinning 5-6 plates, or you could be locked down with your husband, with your wife. You got a couple of kids and you just living good. Listen, we can do both. It's not one or the other. It's just what's best for you, right? What's best for you. I know a lot of people think because I'm a man and because I'm a divorce attorney, I'm all marriage is bad, marriage is bad. Is marriage bad? Yes, for some people. But for other people, it is a beautiful thing. It's one of the most beautiful things you can experience. It just depends on you. Now, are the divorce laws unfair? Yes, they are. They are. But hopefully, if you choose properly and you're lucky, because you have to be lucky, hopefully you won't have to know anything about those divorce laws. It looks like Crystal is saying that her stuff is really good. She don't have to worry about that. So she's just happy, man. And my man King of Spades is happy too. Listen, not being tied down, having your freedom. I mean, who's going down that? He's exactly right. How hot? Get this man's likes up. Thank you so much, How Hot. I really appreciate it. Ellie Misla. Hey, lead attorney. I've been meaning to ask, will child support take my stimulus? No. And maybe, right? I spent about 5 minutes answering this question. It's a good question, so I'll repeat it just quickly. No, they're not allowed to take your child support. No, they're not allowed to take your stimulus. Child support enforcement is not allowed to take your stimulus, even if you owe. But other people can take your stimulus. And once you get your stimulus, if you put it in your bank account and there are garnishments and court orders attached to that account, it can be locked up and you won't ever get it back. So you got to be careful with that. Let's see here. Crystal Fowler. Divorce is hard on your wallet. Prenups are a good thing. Yes. Crystal is out here dropping knowledge, guys. Divorce is hard on your wallet. It's hard for you emotionally, but it's definitely hard on your wallet. Prenups are a good thing. She's absolutely right. I did shout out again to Jennifer Molesky. Just yesterday, guys, I did this with a professional, right? The problem is I don't have Jennifer here controlling everything. I don't have her husband here controlling everything. So I'm out here alone. I don't know what I'm doing. But we did a whole hour on prenups. A whole hour. Jennifer Molesky. Is there a chat in here somewhere? I can put her name. Jennifer Molesky, if you want to know about prenups, go to her channel and look at her live stream. She did an awesome job asking me questions to kind of really elicit the information. All right, Curtis R. I'm glad I got a divorce. That was the best day of my life. Thank you, God. Listen, Curtis is absolutely right. A divorce can free a man from a situation that is completely untenable. A lot of you guys don't know this. Well, some of you guys do. People say, well, the divorce rate in America is only 50%, right? So that means that 50% of the marriages are bad, 50% are good. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. 50% of the marriages end, but then the other 50, so many of those are bad marriages. I see them all the time. People will come to me, a woman will come to me for her divorce, and I'll be talking to her about her circumstances. She'll be like, yeah, she and her husband have slept in separate bedrooms for the last 7 years. 7 years, guys. And, or the husband will come to me and said his own wife hasn't talked to him in 2 years. They see each other every day. They're down in the kitchen every day. Silent treatment, 2 years. Why are you living like that, right? You're not going to hear about this in the news. One of the things I want my channel to be is, I don't want my channel to be politically incorrect, but I want it to be truthful. So we're going to tell the truth. A lot of guys, a lot of men in their relationships, in their marriages, but even more so probably in just regular relationships, they're getting abused physically. Does it hurt? Are they bleeding and everything? No, but they're getting hit. They're getting slapped. They're getting spit on. A lot of men are putting up with things that they should not put up with. But your wife slaps you. Are you going to call the police? 99% of the men are going to take the slap, right? So Curtis is absolutely right. If you can extricate yourself, if you can get out of a bad relationship, this applies to women too, of course, but Curtis is the one who made the great comment. It can be the happiest day of your life. A lot of men live for their wives. They have to go on all these date nights, and their wives they don't let them watch the game, or they can't go to the gym, or they can't just chill out. They always have to do things for other people. Now, if they want to do those things, that's fine. There's no shame in being a husband that caters to his wife. That can be a beautiful thing, especially really only when it's reciprocal. If it's not reciprocal, then it's bad, right? But if you are a husband and you are serving your wife and your wife is serving you, it's beautiful. But There are many cases where that's just not the case, where the husband is serving the wife, but it's not reciprocated. The husband is going to the mall with the wife and carrying around all her bags when he really just wants to watch the game. But she told him to get in the car and let's go to the mall. Well, after the day after the divorce, if he just wants to watch the game, he can watch the game. So I feel you, Curtis. He's absolutely right. He said, thank you, God. He's right. Again, for him, right? For him, absolutely right. DJ Wolfville, my man. That's right. No bank account. Keep all of your cash. That's the way to do it. Now, if you would have kept your cash in these last probably 7 years, you would have missed out on some investments. That's true. But at least no one would take your money. So, you got to kind of look at it both ways. Curly Kimmy. You guys don't know. Let me tell you something about Curly Kimmy. Y'all go check out her channel, man. She is awesome. We kind of, I was going to say we started YouTube together, but that's not true. She had already had a channel when I started, but she gave me some great tips and been super encouraging. Y'all check out Curly Kimmy. She has a YouTube channel as well. Shout out to Curly Kimmy down there in Florida. Don't put a cap in them, sure. Don't put a cap in them, Curly. All right, Crystal Fowler, O'Shea Dukes. Yes, he is the man. James Doler, can I use my Green Dot card for direct deposit? I don't know what a Green Dot card is, so I'm not sure. Christopher Vargas, it's a trap, lead. Sometimes I talk so much I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What's a trap? Is marriage a trap? It definitely could be. A lot of people get trapped in it. Crystal, again, I hate that. Be blessed. 7. Journey, you're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Journey
brother.
to masculine excellence. My man. Listen, email me, Journey, if you want like a consultation or anything. I do these little consultations. Guys, let me tell you something. This isn't a plug or ad or anything, but if you want to talk to a divorce attorney, it can be extremely expensive. You can be $500 for an hour, right? So what I do is I do these little consultations. If you want to talk to an attorney, get some information, not advice, just information about what's going on. I charge like $75 for a half an hour just to help people out. And guys call me and we talk about their case and all that. So it doesn't sound like you need any help, Journey, but if you want to talk about anything, please let me know. All right, Journey, does it make sense to get married if you're not planning on having kids? Does it make sense to get married if you're not planning on having kids? Do you guys have time? What time is it? I can't see anything. Okay. This answer might be long, all right? But it's such an important question. Guys really want to know this question. So I know that I'm supposed to, this is supposed to be about the stimulus, but I really want to take some time to answer this, especially since it's coming from my man Journey, right? Especially, okay. Here we go. He's asking, assuming that you don't want kids, does it make sense to get married? I think does it make sense to get married if you're not planning on having kids? The answer is that no and yes. I mean, it can absolutely make sense or it can absolutely not. Here's the thing about marriage, guys. If you can find a woman who you're just like 100% compatible with, who you really feel like is a soulmate, and you can marry that person, and these people are rare and you got to be lucky. There's a lot of downfalls to it, a lot of risks, I should say, but it can absolutely make sense. There are a number of reasons, guys, why people should get married. Marriage is not one thing. It's a ton of things, right? What's one reason to get married? One reason is of love, right? You love this woman, she loves you, but you have your own thoughts and she has her own thoughts. And she's like, listen, I love you. I want to be with you. But just in my mind, I really feel like it should just be us and we should be committed and I want to get married. If you sacrifice for her totally and she sacrifices for you totally, you can absolutely get married and have a beautiful life, such a beneficial life. Does that mean that it's a life without risk? No, but guys, your whole life has been risk, right? You don't even know what's coming tomorrow. You might not be here tomorrow. This stream might be here. You might not, right? I might not. Who knows? You can absolutely marry for love and that work out. It works, guys. Not for all of you. Really not for the majority of you. This is what you have to understand. Marriage is not going to work for the majority of people. All right? Can we say that? You take 100% of people, right off the divorce rate is half, right? So immediately you knock out 50%. So now you're down to 50%, right? You start at 100, bam, you're down to 50. So you got 50 to 0. Now we know for a fact, we don't know what the percentage is. We know for a fact that from this 50 to 0, there are a lot of people who are unhappy, right? There are a lot of people who are just in unhappy marriages. So then you're down to here. But if you can get in here, it can be the most important thing in your life, the most beneficial, the most pleasurable thing. Crystal's in here, guys. We have people in this area. So can you see this? My hands. They're out there. It's possible, but you need to be lucky. You need to have the right person cross your path. You need to have the right personality for marriage. Your wife does too. But yes, absolutely. Being in love is a great reason to get married. What's another reason to get married? Well, another reason is kind of if you want kids, right? But he talked about that, so we're going to discount that. What's another reason? Now you start talking about reasons that are not commonly thought of, but guys, this world is so complex and there's so many problems. Marriage can fix some problems. It really can. O'Shea Duke Jackson, he's in medical school. He'll tell you, there are two types of uses of drugs, right? Let's say you have a cholesterol drug or any drug. You have your on brand use or your on label use, right? I'm not a doctor. This could be wrong. And you got your off label use. So what's the difference? If I make a drug that's supposed to lower your cholesterol, then that's the point of the damn drug, to lower your cholesterol. That's its use. That's its on-label use. But while I'm testing the drug to make sure it lowers your cholesterol, it could be that this drug that's supposed to lower your cholesterol has a side effect, but the side effect clears up your allergies, right? The drug is for your cholesterol, but it clears up your allergies. It works for allergies. Well, what happens when doctors find out about this and people come to them for their allergies? The doctors will use that off-label purpose. They will prescribe that cholesterol medication for the allergy. It's the same way with marriage, guys. People think that marriage is all about love, but you can come up using the marriage that's supposed to be about love. You can come up in other ways. The biggest way, one of the ways, let's just talk about it, is financial, right? If Oprah Winfrey came and married me, I'm coming up. I'm the lead of 30. I swear to God, I'm coming up. Now, is Oprah going to marry me? She didn't marry Stedman, and she was messing with Gail, so she's not going to marry me. But guys, there are women out here who marry men that they love and they make more. Women are doing so great. Guys, they're doing way better than men in college now, way better than men in post-grad now. They're making more than ever. In Atlanta, I go down to Atlanta, man. You can go down to a club in Atlanta and see 1,000 women all making six figures. These women are killing it these days. I know that typically it seems like women like to marry up, right? But you can just take a look around at what's really happening in the world, and women are marrying men who make as much as them. Women are often marrying men who make less than them. I have a great friend, one of my best friends. She's an attorney. She's making like 40,000, 50,000 a month. She's killing it, right? Her husband hasn't worked in 10 years. He's unemployed. Why would he work? Right? They got one kid. They're married. They've been married forever. He hasn't worked in 10 years. Right? And this isn't some celebrity. This is a regular person. They're both regular people. You guys can't really see this because you know your friends, maybe your Facebook friends or something, but I see thousands and thousands of cases a year. So, I see it from a different vantage point. Men can absolutely come up by marrying women who make more. It happens all the time. Now, women do it too, of course, and it's maybe the most famous case is the Anna Nicole Smith when she married that 90-year-old corpse, really, and she got so much money, millions, like I think 168 million or something like that. But it also happens in the reverse. Look at oh man, if you were black in the 90s, Halle Berry, right? She had that kid with that the German dude or Swedish dude. I don't know what he is. Was he a model or something? Nobody. Halle Berry's paying $15,000 a month in child support alone, right? You look at Adele. Adele, super famous singer. She had to pay like $300 million in alimony and property settlement. I don't know what the number. It was something crazy. All of her female fans were enraged at men. They were so mad at men because they're like, oh, why does the man have to take alimony? Why can't he stand on his own 2 feet? Why can't he get a job? The same arguments that men make, right? But women don't see it until sometimes the shoe's on the other foot. But she had to pay all that money. Look at J-Lo. Right? Didn't she marry a backup dancer? She had to pay guys, you're like, oh, I don't have a chance with a celebrity. A backup dancer. How much do they make? Beyonce has 300 backup dancers on tour. Each one is probably making like $19 an hour. They can't get paid much at all. Look at another, if you're black and you came up in the 90s, Jada Pinkett. What do you know about Jada Pinkett? Look. She didn't get married, fair enough, but she was messing with some 23-year-old, right? There are opportunities for you guys if you want to look at it that way, if it's just financial, right? But okay, so you got love, you got kids, you got financial. What's another one? All right, 90-day fiance, right? Immigration. Now, this gets a bad rap, and this is an off-brand use of marriage. I swear to God, it's so off-brand, it's illegal, all right? But marriage fraud, people use marriage to get papers. People use marriage to get documentation. People use marriage to come in this country legally and to obtain their permanent residency and to obtain their citizenship. That's a very politically incorrect use of marriage, and immediately it gets this visceral reaction. I want to tell you something, guys, though. You don't really know. I don't know, and you don't know. No one really knows what some of these people are going through. We have been blessed to either be born in this country or be here in this country legally. We speak English. We don't know anything about living in the Congo, where there is open war. No police, no courts, no government, no firefighters, no ambulance. Open war, right? You look at places like Venezuela, where it costs $6 to buy a hamburger, but your monthly salary is $2. If you want to buy a hamburger, you have to save up for 3 months to buy one hamburger. Don't worry about your housing. Don't worry about the light bill, the water bill. I'm talking about one hamburger, right? There are places in Mexico where you can die of starvation. Everybody's talking about welfare this and welfare that. We need to get rid of the system. Live in a country where there's no welfare system, and then talk about get rid of it. Live there for 5 years and see what happens to people out there. It's so terrible. If women and children and men are dying to walk barefoot across a desert, that lets you know that there's a need. So my point is, don't look down. Don't look, I know it's illegal and this and that, I know. But unless you walk in these people's shoes, it's my opinion anyway, that you should not look down on people who use marriage as an off-brand remedy to a problem, right? That's another reason. What's another reason? Health issues. Guys, hopefully you're healthy. There's no bigger blessing. There's no bigger blessing than to have a healthy body, and you realize it when you're not healthy. You know, if you're healthy, you take for granted most of the times because you got other things to think about. But when you're not healthy and you're in a hospital bed and no one knows what the hell is going on and they're trying this and they're trying that, you realize what a blessing it is. Now, there are people who are in states where they need help, where they have an illness, they have a disability, and somehow, some way, they got with a woman who is in love with them because they're good people. You can be blind, obviously, and be a great person. You can be born with no arms and be a great person. There's a guy, I don't know his name at all, but he has a book. He's on the cover of his book with no arms and no legs. He's just there. Super happy guy, super successful guy. I don't want to say that you need to be dependent on people, but if you find a woman who's willing to help you where you need the help, that help can make all the difference in your life. It can make all the difference in your life. And if she says, listen, I'm old school, I'm traditional, I love you, I really do, but I want to get married. Are you really going to look that woman in the eye and say the juice isn't worth the squeeze? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Guys, it's really a blessing when a man says there's no reason to get married at all. There's no reason. What that lets me know is that guy is in a privileged position where he doesn't need anybody's money. He doesn't need anybody's green card. He doesn't need anybody's help, right? He doesn't need a woman to be fully to really live, to really experience life. He doesn't need to be in love. He doesn't need any of these things. When a man says, forget marriage, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, there's no reason for a man to be married. When I hear a man say that, I feel like I'm looking at a privileged man. But when a guy says there's no reason to get married, what the guy really needs to say is that there's no reason to get married for me, right? Because there are people in the Congo who would love to come to the United States. There are blind people with no arms who would love to have some help. There are people in love that would love to live with their person. There are people who would love to have some kids. And I know my man Journey said, don't mention the kids, and he's right. I didn't mention them, but it's another issue. It's another reason. There are many reasons, guys, for some people, not you necessarily, but there are many reasons for a man to get married. It just depends on your personal circumstances. It depends on your personal preferences. It depends on your situation in life. Hopefully you don't need any help. Hopefully you're not forced to get married. Hopefully you just want to get married and you get married. And if you don't want to get married, you don't get married, right? But are there reasons? Yes, my man Journey, there are reasons, but there might not be reasons for you. I mean, I can tell you.
Thank you very much,
brother. You are doing great, Journey. So there might be no reason for you. It could be for Journey. There could be 3 or 4 girls that he rotates through, and they all add something. You know, he can't find one woman that has all the 3 elements that he sees in these 4 girls, and so he's just living life, man. So for him, maybe there's no reason. I know that was a long answer. Can somebody tell me how many people are in the chat? Is there anybody here? Am I all alone talking to myself? That was long. All right. Sorry about that. But I wanted to give my man Journey a fuller explanation. And it's an explanation that you're not going to see in the Red Pill community. You're not going to see it in this MGTOW community. You're not going to see it in the manosphere. But it's true, guys. It's really true. All right. No, Stoner 420. The one dislike is someone baby mama not receiving the stimulus check. Tell us, Stoner. Tell us. I appreciate that. Crystal 42 said that there was 72 people in the chat before I got on my rant. All right, Christopher Vargas, why would they take our little money, no dependents, no extra money, but the mom gets her 14, then kid 14, and then another kid 14, and then in so need my little damn check. I can't really understand the question, but I understand the question 100%. I understand it. And he's right. Guys, so many times you're just at the bottom of the barrel. Do you know who got all 3 stimulus checks? Like men in prison. Like men in prison. Prisoners got their checks, but you can't get your checks because you owe child support. And you're actually out paying taxes. You're contributing. You're not a delinquent. You're not out here committing crimes. Prisoners are getting these checks, guys. It's like, God. Christopher's absolutely right. Okay, Paul McKenzie, what is the actual law of child support and how is it that it's automatically mandated by state without facts of fathers not supporting the kid? That's a deep question. The basic answer to it, though, is this. When a child is born, the father and the mother have by law, they have a legal obligation to support the child. Even if you've never been to court, even if you are in a beautiful marriage, the law still requires you to support that child. And if you're not married, the same thing. So that's the actual law. Once a child is born, you are obligated to support it. Period. James Doler, all caps this time. Can I use my green dot card for direct deposit? James, I would tell you if I knew, pimp, but I don't know what a green dot card is. All right, I don't know what it is. All right. Richard Berry, I gained 50-50 custody of my child and still take her daughter with my son everywhere. And it isn't my daughter. I still got my taxes taken. Yes. See, and Richard, man, I don't even want to go down this road, but let's talk about it a little bit. Talking about the unfairness. I think we were talking about it being unfair to men. Take, for example, the state of New York. You can fight for your 8-year-old child as a man in divorce court and you can win 50-50 custody. Right? But because you worked hard, for example, let's say because you got an education, you make more than the mom. Even though you have 50-50 custody, the mom gets the child from one Sunday to Sunday, and then you get your child from the next Sunday to Sunday. So it's even. Half the time the child is with you. Half the time, you're paying for the clothes. Half the time you're paying for the coats. You're paying for the shoes. You're paying for the school supplies. Half of the time the child is with you, you will still have to pay this woman child support. Like for what? If it's half of my child, half of my DNA, half of my chromosomes, the child's with me half of the time, I'm paying half of the expenses. Why is it that additionally I have to pay child support to the mom on top of all this? He's right. Richard is right. It's crazy. And this is what is so, you don't really hear about it from good fathers. Good fathers pay more. You're with your child and he's saying, listen, not only do I take my child, but I know that when my child is with the mom has her own kid. And so that kid and my child have a bond. So I take both kids. I take them both out to eat. Right? Maybe I buy them both birthday presents or Christmas presents. I can't just buy my kid a Christmas present and not buy this other kid. I mean, I can, right? But if I'm a good, moral, and very high person, I'll buy your kid a Christmas present too. I'm doing okay. How much is it going to cost? Right? Just showing good faith. Right? So how is it that I show good faith, pay half of the expenses for my child, buy your child a Christmas present, take your child to eat with mine, and I'm paying you child support. I don't know if Richard's paying child support, but he's absolutely right. Guys, you really get the short end of the stick. He's absolutely right. Okay, Rick Rue. No, it don't make sense, Journey. Marriage is only for reproduction of children. I mean, that could be for him. He could absolutely be right for him. Crystal, what's it? Tell her. Crystal's asking to say. Crystal's asking great questions. I don't know what a green dot card is either. He's gonna write it in all caps though, with exclamation marks this time. Christopher, prepaid card. Okay, apparently that's what it is. 6 Melly, thank you for answering. No problem. Curly Kimmy, how do I get on the chat? You're on the chat. Listen, this is my first time, Curly Kimmy. So everybody's on here, right? I think I'm seeing your comments. So I don't know how this works, guys. Neuromelanin, I just subscribed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
brother.
you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Okay, who else do we got? Can I still file my taxes if I don't have my W-2s? That's a good question, guys. I'm the lead attorney. I'm not the lead accountant. That's a good question. I don't know. I would say talk to your accountant about it. Guys, I really try to stay in my lane. All right, Christopher, they usually send it because the company uses the card. Okay. G-Man, you reach 100 watches. All right, guys. Thank you. Perfect. 100 people. I appreciate that. If you guys got questions, come on in. I know I'm taking a long time with them, but I'm trying. All right. Is 75 Jarvis? No, Javis. I'm sorry. I don't got my glasses on. Is the 75 phase out based on revenue, gross, or net profit? That's a good question. I would guess that it's based on your adjusted gross profit. But again, that's a question for the lead accountant. But that's a good question. Sasha. I remember you, Sasha. You made a comment and it just, I don't remember what it was, but you made a comment and it tickled me so bad. It was a good one. All right. Sasha, again, it's all about your perspective. Exactly. That's exactly right, Sasha. It's all about your perspective, whether you get married or not. And listen, guys, it also depends on luck too. All right. I wish I could tell you guys that luck was not in. I don't even want to go down that road. That's another 10-minute talk. I'm extremely happily married. There you go, neuromelanin. Perfect. Some are lucky. Christopher is absolutely right. Some are lucky. 15 my own way. My Miss Miss Bezos' new husband. Hello. Why didn't I think about him? 15, yes.
Thank you very much.
15 my own way. This is exactly right. What wasn't this dude a school teacher? Can you imagine being a school teacher and marrying the richest woman in the world? This is not some Denzel Washington, Morris Chestnut. Guys, I don't know who are attractive guys. Who are attractive white guys? Brad Pitt. I don't know who attractive guys are. But these are not like, and I'm old, right? Because I named Denzel. But you know what I'm saying? This is some random school teacher who married the richest woman in the world. Get the bag, guys. There's a reason to get married. No one can tell me that there's absolutely no reason to get married. My man, 15 my own way is absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Sasha, the spectrum it's vast. Sasha's nailing it. Everything he's saying is exactly right. The continuum, the spectrum is so wide. There's so many people in this continuum, in this spectrum. He's absolutely right. All right, Crystal, your last wage report and company, EI, and Crystal dropping knowledge. Monzi, again, can I file my I don't know, Monzi. I don't know. I'm not an accountant. I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Big Will, Frank.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you for the super chat. Broke over 100 watching. Good job. Perfect. Thank you,
Thank
God.
you very
Listen,
much, brother.
I don't know what I'm doing. I can't even see how many people are in the chat. I don't know what's going on. So I really. Oh, guys, listen. There's a reason why this little window is down here. I wanted to answer some of these questions, but I'm answering your questions up here, so it's all good. All right. Sasha's killing it. He MGTOW Loki. You might be right, 15. You might be right. Crystal, I agree. It does depend on people, and the marriage laws in divorce are biased. You know, in the red pill community and MGTOW community, women get a lot of flack, man. And, you know, sometimes it's earned. Kevin Samuels is out here lighting them up down in Atlanta. He's lighting them up. But you don't ever hear that there's just so many millions of women who are on point, women who are reasonable, like Crystal, like Jennifer Molesky. Oh my God, if you want to hear a reasonable, just a nuanced, intelligent woman, subscribe to her channel. It's awesome. King of Spades.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you
brother.
very much. Again, I've been through divorce graping already. I'll tell you a secret. Want to know a secret? I am divorced myself. I was married for 10 years. 10 years. It can happen to the best of us. It can happen to the best of us. I hear you. I hear you, King of Spades. All right. I hope some damn judges pass this page and watch some of your videos. That's what they did to me. I raised my daughter from 0 to 8, and they took... Like, how are you with your daughter from 0 to 8, and then you go into court one day and you walk out of that courtroom and you got visitation? It's like, Jesus Christ. It's terrible. Terrible how they do men. And like, and here's the thing, guys. They all say, you know, you go to these family courts and they're always like, best interest of the kid, best interest of the kid, right? It's all about the kid. But then you look at all the studies and every single study shows that kids do better with 2 parents than with 1. 2 parents. So you'll have a judge who's saying that, oh, you know, I'm making my ruling based on the best interest of the kid, and then turn around and give this guy 7 days a month with his own child. Jesus. It's so ridiculous. I mean, Chris, he's absolutely right. Oh, I got a downvote for that. Somebody likes visitation. All right. Texas, hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. It would be better if I knew how to work this chat, to be honest, but thank you. My man James again. Can somebody answer James? Can somebody answer this man? Here's the question. Can you use your green dot card for direct deposit for stimulus? Can somebody answer that man's question? Because I don't know it. He's got 3, it's all caps and 3 question marks. So somebody, thank you, Crystal. I wish I could give you a super chat. Crystal, they said yes, James, yes. Christopher, again, yes, you can use your damn green card. Kim, thank you, Kim, for letting me know, because I can't see what the hell's going on. 103, V103, if anybody's from Atlanta. You remember that station? Jan K, my ex owes back pay child support. That's true. Listen, I love guys, man. I am a guy, and I see the injustice in the system. And some guys just don't want to pay. But you know, shit, you never know. It's like marriage. It's all different. Men are all different. There are good guys that fall behind. They lose their job because of a damn coronavirus, right? They lose their job, so they're coronavirus. So now they can't make the $900 a month payment because they have no income. So what do people tell them to do? They say, well, file a modification. So they go up to the court to file a modification. The court's closed. The court is closed because of the coronavirus. It's closed for 8 months. Let's say he owes $1,000 a month. So now he's $8,000 behind on child support. But that's not all, because the court is going to stick him with 10% interest that the wife is not going to get the interest money. The state is going to get the interest money. So the state is making money off of him because he couldn't get into court. He owes $8,000 plus 10% interest. And then the state turns around, the government turns around and says he's not going to get a stimulus check because he owes child support. You see how they do us. Are we talking about marriage or stimulus checks? James, you're right. You're right. This is all over the place. I said at the very beginning when there were probably 2 people watching because I couldn't even see. We're talking about 2 things, James. We're talking about family law and we're talking about stimulus checks. Now, we talked about stimulus checks at the very beginning. I should probably go over it again. If you can't rewind it, I'm not sure if you can rewind these live streams or how they work. But here's how it is. Here's the deal. Can child support take your stimulus checks? No, they can't. But as soon as you put that money into your account, everything else can take it. The banks can take it. Your creditors can take it. Visa can take it. MasterCard can take it. That repo lawsuit can take it. Garnishments can take it. The IRS cannot take your money while they give it to you, but once you put it in your bank account, if you have a tax garnishment, they'll take it right back. If you get a check, you're lucky because my man already put you on game on what to do if you have an actual check so that you don't have to put it in your bank account and get the money. Some of you guys aren't going to get lucky. Some of you, you're going to get the $1,400 in a direct deposit. They're going to send it right to the damn bank and your money's locked up. Oh, Shelton in the house. I got mine this morning and I'm on child support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shelton in here with the 14 and he owes. So that's great. Great. Good job. All right, Shelton, do you have back child support? RS asking the real questions. 105 in the chat. If you are here, please share this live. He is really good.
Thank you very much, brother.
That says thank you very much, brother. I need to thank you very much, sister. Thank you so much, Crystal. I really appreciate it. Yes, I do, out of California. Listen, Shelton's in California. They are real about... California is one of the worst states in the country for child support. They are definitely going to hit you with... I think in Georgia, it's 7%. California, it's 10 all the way. And they will take your money and they will take $1,000 from you and give $50 to the mom and then $950 to the state to pay their employees. They don't care. California, child support in California is the real deal. They are not playing around. Waldo, so he says it's legit. So everybody, listen, Shelton owes child support. He owes back child support in California. And he got his money this morning. So that's great. Great. Oh, all right. So good job, Shelton. Rick Rude, you got your child support already? Yeah, Shelton's in the house. Nelly's, ¿qué onda? Te extraño, Nelly's. Shout out to my good friend Nelly's. I appreciate her. She's always liking my videos, always commenting. Hope you are doing great. Tell everybody over there I said hey. Of course, Gabby and I forgot her name. It's just you guys. You and Gabby, y'all are the best. All right. Avianca. I like that. That's pretty. Avianca. Hello, Avianca. I've never heard that name before. Oh, man, that's good news. I'm in California, RS. Oh, man, that's good news. I'm in California and no back child support. Really need this stimulus. Child support takes everything. He's right. He is right. RS is right. Paycheck. Yes, you can. Shelton. Shelton in the house, all caps. Yes, I got it this morning. He's in it. Shelton in the house. He said he thought that they were gonna take it and they didn't take it. Richard Berry, I got my stimulus, but my taxes was garnished, which had my second stimulus checks on it. I'm sick about it. That's what I'm talking about. They give it to you and they take it right back. They show you a little thigh and then they take it right back. He's exactly right. They will give you your money. They'll put it in your account or you put it in your account and it's locked up. It's frozen. Richard is what I'm telling you guys. This is the risk. So you got two things. You got Shelton and you got Richard, right? You got Shelton who owes back child support and they paid that man his money. But then you got Richard, they paid him his money and they took it right back. So you never know. You never know. Omar, what if you get your money deposited into somebody else's account for taxes, but you owe debt collectors for the stimulus check? See, I think it'll work. That's the thing. You got to find a way to get your money in an account that's not frozen. You want to do it legally, of course, but in almost all states, you can just sign your check over to somebody else and that they deposit it. So that's a great question, Omaris, and that's what you should try to do if you can. Get your money, man. James over here still with the damn green dot. I'm going to have nightmares about this. I'm going to look this damn thing up once I get off this stream. Watch. All right. Shelton telling you guys how to do it. Kim, my income tax refund for last year was taken due to unpaid government student loans. Do you think my stimulus will be taken from my back debt, I guess, when it's deposited? Kim, great question. Great question. Here's the thing. The answer is just like child support. No, the government cannot take the vast majority of federal debts. That includes tax debts. That includes unpaid student loan debts, federal student loans. They're not going to take them. But watch out, because when they send you that money and they put it in your account, if there's any other debts, any other creditors coming after you that know about that account, they'll go in there, they'll freeze it up, they'll lock it up, and they'll take it out, and you will not get your money back. So the answer to your question is the federal government will not intercept your your stimulus money because you owe on your student loans. But again, if you have a garnishment that's federal based on those student loans, they will take it. So they're not going to take it until they take it. So you need to watch out. It just depends on if your account is good or if your bank account is a little sketchy. All right, Waldo, yes, shouldn't the third stimulus be an extension of the second, which is not garnished by child support? Waldo, great question. Yes and no. It's supposed to be an extension, but the way that they had to pass it was different. They had this third stimulus, they had to pass it through the reconciliation process. And that process is a different procedure. And so it didn't come with the same protections that the second one came with. They had to do this one a different way. They had to run this. They had to do this in like an end around way, a kind of a back way. And because of that, it doesn't have the protections against the garnishments. Great question. So this third one is different than the second one. It's better than the first one. The first one was it was terrible. So this one is a little better, but they're still going to get you. Great question. Joe, thank you for being you. Thank you. Man, I'm trying, It's hard out here being a man and talking about this stuff, political correct. I'm going to get canceled by next year. I'm glad you guys are watching me now because it's going to be bad. So thank you. Gabby, anyone on here, a military veteran, received yours? Great question. This also applies to veterans. So any veterans on here, thank you for all that you do. I'm way too much of a wuss to join the military, so I appreciate you protecting me in this live stream that I don't know how to work. All right, Richard, it's okay. I'm hoping unemployment comes through for me since COVID took this. Yes, unemployment. That's one of the reasons why they wanted to pass this stimulus so fast because the unemployment, I think it expires tomorrow on the 14th. Crystal is also a veteran, man. Crystal's in the house in all ways. Great, great, great. 15, it's a trap, lead. Okay. Okay, 15. What's the trap? What's the trap? Is marriage the trap? Is this child support thing is definitely a trap. 10% interest when you have 50-50 custody. That's definitely a trap. Richard also has 50. Yep, 50-50. Who else? Waldo, child support doesn't care about 50-50. They still seem to believe you have to pay with 50. This is what I'm saying, guys. Joe, I gave up on custody battle after spending 15. Ugh. Joe is letting you guys know, man, you can spend $100,000 on attorney's fees and turn around and lose the whole case. You can spend 80 grand fighting for your 8-year-old, tooth and nail, third mortgage on the house, loans, pawn shops, eating noodles every night, saving up for this damn attorney. $80,000 into it, and you still lose custody. And you got visitation with your own kid, but now you're just 80,000 in the hole. You know, so many people are like, oh, well, why don't fathers fight for the kids? How are you going to fight? It's going to cost you 15, 30, 45 grand, and you're starting in the hole. If I get in the hole 80 grand and lose, how am I supposed to pay the child support? Where's the child support coming from if I'm 80 grand in the hole? Joe is absolutely right. All right, let's see what else we got. Everybody's talking. I love that you guys are talking to each other because I can't figure out what's going on. Richard, marriage is literally a business move. I was married for a year and got divorced because my ex didn't want to get healthy. Now she's... It's not funny. Now she has type 2 diabetes, but I'm long gone. All right. That's pretty deep. I don't know what to say about that. Joe, my son will never know me now because of spiteful people, and the mother isn't even involved. Her mother took custody over her daughter to fight me for custody just because I'm a black man in Alabama. See, guys, Joe is letting you guys really know what's going on. You know, the court system will have you thinking that, you know, mothers are all great and fathers are bad. And so many times it's not. I'll tell you guys, I am, in addition to being the lead attorney, I'm also a guardian ad litem. And a guardian ad litem is basically an attorney that represents children in juvenile court. And usually when a judge has to assign an attorney to a child to represent the child in juvenile court, usually, you know, there's some bad stuff going on. I have seen some things over the years, guys, that they would horrify you. They would horrify you. Would really have you questioning the value of humanity, right? Anyway, what's common to see, guys, is that mothers get in a bad way and their own mothers take custody of the kid. In fact, I put that in my last video that there's so many types of child support. There's men paying women. There's women paying men. There's men paying the state of California. There are women paying the state of California. There are women paying their own mothers. This is the situation that Joe's talking about, right? The damn mother, the mother's mother got custody of the kids, but now Joe has to pay the mother too. It's a mess out here, guys. It's a mess. Crystal, another thing is men should file before the mother of their children. Set the tone, and what you can afford to pay, don't wait on the courts to decide. Listen, she's right. That's in that book, Machiavelli. No, The Prince. The guy said, I don't know, I can't recall exactly what he said, but his point was, if you wait for a fight, the only thing you're doing is giving your enemy time to prepare. Like once you're ready, go. If you're ready, go. Like if you see what's coming, go. Like don't be prepared and then sit on it for 2 years. It's nothing good is going to come out of it. Usually. We're on that spectrum again, right? But usually. All right, my ex-wife made more than me. That's what I'm telling you. Women are coming up, guys. They are coming up. Waldo, dang, Rich, that sucks. You might be able to get full custody. Just saying. Woo. It's hard to get full custody. I don't know I don't know what state you guys are in. In Georgia, for a man to get full custody, the mother, she needs to be not alive. She needs to be on heroin. She needs to be in prison. She needs to have molested the child. Like, you're not going to walk in ever and just come out with full custody if that mother is not in a bad way. And maybe it should be that way. Listen, it can't be that fathers want full custody and then turn around and say, oh, I shouldn't get, you shouldn't say, it can't be that fathers say I shouldn't get visitation and then turn around and say the mother should get visitation, right? If they're both solid parents. In my perspective, it should be 50-50. The mother has 50% of the chromosomes of the child, the father has 50. The mother has 50% of the DNA, the father has 50. Will 50-50 work in every case? No. It's not going to work in every case. There are going to be cases where the father doesn't want 50-50. The father's going to be like, bring me the visitation. I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm a pilot. I'm in China one day, I'm in Afghanistan the next day. I got to go down to Hartsfield, Jackson. What am I supposed to do with this kid? Fine. Pay your child support then and get your kid every other weekend, whatever. Some people have jobs. I don't want to down pilots because it's not their fault. You have soldiers. We got some veterans in the chat. There are a lot of soldiers in Afghanistan for, 18 months. How are they going to have 50-50 custody? Right? Some people's jobs don't allow them to get 50-50. But 50-50 should always be the start. A father and a mother walk into court. The judge says it's going to be 50-50 unless somebody can convince me why it shouldn't be. That's my opinion. Start out with 50-50 in every case. Will every case end up 50-50? No, but start it out there. Damn. Like, come on. Like, sticking a man with visitation with his own children. Jesus. Okay. Lisa's GTO. Traditionally, marriage had nothing to do with love. That is a Western or European concept. The rest of the world sees it. Families joining together to make alliances. I think Lisa's right. Marriage back in the day didn't have anything to do with love. But this is my point. Guys, right? Guys will be like, nowadays, they'll say, oh, there's no reason to get married. Alliances, it's an off-brand reason. If you didn't catch my whole medical analogy before, there are many reasons to get married. It's not just love. Now, some people should never get married. Some people, marriage is not for them. Like, there's no problem. There's no shame in getting married, no shame in not getting married. It's all about what's best for you. Like my man said, it's all a spectrum. Sasha in the chat, killing it. Is that your real name, Sasha, or is your real name Alexander? Are you Russian? All right. How many people are in the chat? I can't see anything. I can see my likes. 113 likes. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Can somebody tell me how long we've been on? Damn, look at all these. Okay, guys. I feel like I'm going slower than the chat, and we're going to be here forever. But let me do this. Let me first get to these.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Let me get
brother.
to these super chats. Chicago Rider. Thank you, Chicago. Y'all give a shout out to Chicago Rider. He's always supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Chicago. Oh!
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, brother.
Yvette Gonzalez with a 99.99 super chat. You guys, Yvette is, I don't even know what to say about Yvette. One of the top 3 people in my life, most important people. pretty high on the list. Of course, I'm about to give her this super chat back. It's going to cost me money, but that's okay. Thank you, Yvette, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Who else is on here? Journey, God damn.
Thank you
I
very
feel like
much,
I'm in
brother.
debt to you, Journey. Where are you? Are you in Georgia? I feel like I need to take you out to lunch or dinner or something. Damn. Journey is killing it. Actually, 4, and I appreciate the info. I don't remember, Journey, this is taking me so long, man. I don't remember where we were with the 4. But
Thank you very much, brother.
I love this little thing. It sounds like I'm either in a war, like in the World War II, or it sounds like I'm a poor beggar
Thank you very much,
wanting people
brother.
to put change in my little Starbucks coffee. But Journey, Jesus Christ, is filling it up. I'm super appreciative, Journey. This is my first live chat. Can you tell me, guys? Okay, this is serious. What do I need to do to improve this live chat? I need to find a way to actually look at the damn thing. Can you guys give me suggestions? Should I have background music? Or give me suggestions, guys. What should I do to improve the quality of the chat? Can somebody tell me? I lost my place. That was unfortunate. Oh, thank you, Journey. Again, Journey's killing it. Super chat, Ricky.
Thank you very much,
Pretty
brother.
Ricky. Pretty Ricky is what they called him. Be careful of spending time with children that are not yours, even if it's your neighbor's children, because child support can be filed on you. This is a thing. This is a thing, guys. And it's amazing. Now, I'm not sure if it's a thing, how big of it it's a thing in this country, and it's super rare. It's super rare. But it's a thing to where if you hold yourself out as a father to a child, and if you assume a fatherly role with a child that is not your child biologically at all, you never slept with the mom, you don't even really have to know the mom that well. If you hold yourself out as the father of that child, if you fulfill a fatherly role, if you fulfill a financial fatherly role, an emotionally fatherly role, the mom can try to put you on child support for that child, and you might have to pay. Pretty Ricky, he's telling you guys some things. Should you really have to worry about him on a day-to-day basis? Maybe, maybe not. But he's absolutely right. It's a thing. This is how they try to stick you. Like, they would never do a woman like this. If a woman spent time with a child, they would never put her on child support for some child that's not hers. But a dad, they don't really care about you guys. Or us. I guess I'm one of them. I can be the lead attorney. I take this damn suit off. I'm still a guy. All right. God, I keep losing where I am. I really want to get to these super chats. I appreciate you guys so much. Another super chat.
Thank you very much,
Thank
brother.
Christopher W. Thank you. Hello. Just flying over. Drop a little sum for your channel. Thank you. I really need this money for this coffee, guys. Starbucks. They know me up in here. Hello. Just flying over. Drop a little sum for your channel. Have a blessed day, kings and queens. Thank you so much, Christopher.
brother.
I really appreciate it. You guys really don't know how hard I find this this chat to be. Can someone look to tell me how many how many viewers do we have? Is anybody here, and how long have we been going? We are going. Fernando Fernandez, I remember you. Thank you so much. Step Jones, hello. Does anybody have any idea how to improve this? What should I do to improve? Let me go back up. For all you latecomers, let me just say, can child support take your stimulus, your $1,400? No. But other people can. Creditors can. Visa, MasterCard, that repossession, that lawsuit that you have, any type of garnishment, they can get it. And child support can also get it if your account is garnished. So they're not going to be able to get the $1,400 when it comes to you. But if you put it into an account that has garnishments attached to it, they're going to lock your money up. They're going to get it. Now, great news. My man Shelton. It's not the really one that I wanted. Shelton, my man out here in California. What's Shelton's deal? He owes child support in California. He got his check today. He's got his stimulus money today. So everybody give a shout out to Shelton. So yeah. All right, guys. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up in 5 minutes because I can't tell what the hell's going on. But I'm glad. 106 people. Thank you, Avianca. I love that name, man. 107, Avianca. Do you pronounce that V as a B or a V? Are you Hispanic? I've never heard that name. I like that. Mark, what if you have hospital bills? Great question, Mark. If you have hospital bills, they can't get it until they get it, but they can get it. Yes, they can get it. If you have garnishments attached, if you owe a hospital some money and they file suit and they've got a court order, if they got any type of garnishment, any type of way to attach your bank account to lock it up, they will get your money. If you have a check, someone was putting the chat on game. If you actually get a physical check, sign it over to somebody else and have them cash it. Someone that you trust. Or take it to a liquor store. My man said take it to Walmart. Have them cash it. Don't put it in your bank account because they will lock it up and they will take it for that damn gallbladder surgery that you had 2 years ago. Great question. 2 hours. Es Morales, 2 hours. Okay, 5 more minutes. We're gonna. Oh, look who came into the chat. That's the wrong. I need more sound effects. D's nuts. D's nuts caught me. I was trying to be slick with you guys on a video. He called me out. Joe Lucas really wants me to answer this question. Can you tell me if they're taking third stimulus for back child support? No, they are not. They're going to give you your money. They're going to give you your $1,400. My man Shelton owes child support in California. They gave him his money. They're going to give you your money. But if your account is sketchy, if your bank account is sketchy and you put it into a bank account and they lock it up, your money's gone. So they didn't take it, but they took it, right? So you got to watch out for that. You got to watch out for that. African American. I would not have guessed that. It's such a pretty name, though. It sounds to me like it's a Hispanic name. Avianca. I love that name. These nuts. Damien. My stimulus money comes on my Direct Express card. The same card I get my veterans benefit on every month. It's a card like that the Treasury gives us. Yes. There was my man. He was shouting over and over again about the damn green dot card. Alvin, Kansas City is watching. Okay, Kansas City, Missouri. That's what's up. I am representing Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, we're coming up, man. Who do we got? We got AMS. Shout out to AMS, Alpha Male Strategy. We got Kevin Samuels, who is lighting women up from across the globe. He's lighting them up. Nellies, you are right. The situation in Venezuela is hardcore. The money situation, if you guys don't know about that, hyperinflation over there, it's super interesting. You know, from here in America, you're like, oh, this is super interesting. You get over there, though, and it's real life. You know, it's not some theoretical macroeconomic study, right? It's not something that's interesting how money in the morning, you have $100 in the morning at 9 a.m. and by 12 noon, it's worth $2. In like 4 hours, $100 is worth $2. That's how fast the money devalues in Venezuela. Even though they got all that money from all that oil, it's a mess over there, guys. You know, I don't want Maduro to come send his hitman over to get me, but anybody who's from Venezuela that's over here, I am glad that they are. And I'll say it. I'm not advising you to do this. I'm a lead attorney. I can't tell you to do anything fraudulent. If you need to come over here, if you need to get married, to come over here and live a better life, people are like, oh, you should never, you know, there's no uses for marriage. No, there's some uses. There's some uses for marriage. Christopher W., ladies and gentlemen, king and queens, have a wonderful and blessed and auspicious day. Yes, Christopher is absolutely right. I think I am going to wrap it up as well. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. This is my very first live stream. It didn't really go as planned, but I'm glad that you are all here. I'm glad that we answered some questions for you. I love seeing all of you new subscribers and certainly all of you old ones. Thank you for everybody who submitted a super chat. Thank you especially to Yvette and especially to Journey. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if you're still here, Journey, but I owe you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
brother.
you very much. Thank you to O'Shea Jackson. O'Shea Jackson really put me on, and he has sent a lot of people my way. I see over here my man Michael Hewitt came over here. Looks like he's from a black man from, I can't tell what that flag is. I don't have my glasses on. Is it London? The UK? I don't know. Sorry, I butchered your flag. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, O'Shea. Thank you, Jennifer Molesky. If you want to know how prenuptial agreements work, Jennifer Molesky, go to her channel. I did an interview with her yesterday, or collaboration, I guess you would call it, and I explained all of the aspects of a prenuptial agreement. Should you get a prenuptial agreement? If you want to, it's like getting car insurance or house insurance. It's insurance. If you don't want insurance, if you don't need insurance, don't get insurance. A lot of you men, a lot of you young men, 24, 28 years old, you don't have health insurance. You're just hoping that you don't break an arm, but you don't have to spend that money. You don't have to spend that you don't have to pay that monthly premium. So you're saving up and you're crossing your fingers. Can you do that in a marriage? Absolutely. Is it better to have health insurance if you can get it? Yeah, it's better to have it, but do you need it? No. Hard gamer. Okay, I'm going to answer your question. This is going to be it. If my brother claimed me, you see what I did? I said I was going to answer this question. It's going to be a question I can't even answer. If my brother claimed me on his taxes, do I get the stimulus money? All right, hard gamer. This is a tax question, and I said in the beginning, I'm not an accountant. If I could answer the question, I would. I really would. But this is a question for the lead accountant, but I'm the lead attorney. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Avianca, for going over to Jennifer Molesky. Tell her I sent you over there. She's awesome. And I really think all women should go over there. All men should go over there. She's just a great channel. She's nuanced. It's not one side or the other. She's not beating up on women. She's not beating up on men. It's a fair channel. And guys, listen, this is what I want for my channel. I want to give you guys the information that you need. This channel is to help men. That's the main purpose of it. But I also want to help women too, because I'm trying to help everybody. I represent men, I represent women, anybody. I don't care what your gender is. But I want to be even-handed. I want to be fair. I want to call it like I see it. Do I want women to succeed? Yes. But at the same time, am I going to criticize the child support system? Absolutely, because it's unfair. Do I want women to flourish and be happy? Absolutely. Do I think women should automatically get custody of the kids? No. 50-50 custody in every case as the starting point. Should it end like that in every case? No. It should absolutely start that way. And then let the judge decide if it should be one way or another. But start it off. Mother has 50% of the DNA, father has 50% of the DNA. Mother has 50% of the chromosomes, father has 50% of the chromosomes. Mother has 50% of the parenting time, father 50% of the parenting time. I love women, guys. But let's be fair and let's point out the flaws. Oh, LaShawn.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm
brother.
sorry for the thank you very much, brother, LaShawn. I need a thank you very much, sister. Keep doing great things. I am new to your channel and learned about you through O'Shea. O'Shea, man, golly. I really appreciate this, man. He was on, I know he's busy, so he's gone, but he was on the chat. Thank you so much. Marriage can be a beautiful thing. Married 32 years in June. This is what I'm talking about, guys. So many guys in the red pill community, manosphere community, I don't want to say black pill community. So many people are against marriage. You should never be against marriage as an institution. You should be against marriage if you want to be for yourself. Just say, listen, it's not for me. For other people, it is great. There are a lot of young men coming up, a lot of 18-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds, and they're on YouTube, and all they're getting hit over the head is that there's no reason to get married. There's no reason to get married. It's not true. It's not true. Are the divorce laws unfair? Absolutely. It's a risk. Are there things you can kind of do to mitigate the risk? Yes, like prenuptial agreements. Go check out the collab I did yesterday with Jennifer Molesky. It talks a little bit about that. We get deep into it. But there are some reasons, guys. Maybe not for your situation. Maybe your personality, your situation. You should never get married. Ever. A lot of these athletes with 6 and 7 kids, with 6 and 7 women, they should not get married, man. But it's all about you and your circumstances. My girl LaShawn, 32 years in the game. Oh man, she needs a damn YouTube channel. LaShawn, you need a YouTube channel to talk about what it takes to have a marriage of 32 years. You know what? Blendedly has there are a lot of couples that have YouTube channels, and I think your voice would be very interesting. I can't name one YouTube couple with a man and a woman that have been married 15, 20, 30 years that talk to young people about marriage. You might have an idea there. So yes, Avianca, congratulations to the 32 years. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, guys, listen. Thank you so much. Thank you again to Avianca.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you again to LaShawn.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
brother.
again to all
Thank
of
you very much,
the.
brother.
I hit the wrong one. I don't know what
Thank
these
you
things
very
do.
much,
Thank you
brother.
to all the super chats. Thank you to everybody who participated in the stream. This is my first one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to keep doing these. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section below. I really try to answer them, although I've gotten busy of late, but I'm trying. I really want you guys to get the good information, all right? I want to be fair. I want to be fair to men. I want to be fair to women. I want to be fair to everybody, but I want to call it like I see it. No political correctness over here. We're going to talk straight. We're going to be honest with each other. We're going to get to the truth, because this is all about the truth. This is all about you living a successful life. This is all about you being happy, okay? It's all about you being happy. So I'm not your attorney. I am the lead attorney, and I'm here to help you lawyer up. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.